What is going on, guys? Chris here. It's been a few days. Welcome back to another video. So it's been like 3 days. 3 days is the longest gap of time I've gone without making a video since February. So that's not bad. But we're also, on a new horizon of content, right? So I'm thinking about at some point getting a setup in my house where I can do these videos instead of in my car. But right now, time-wise, it's most convenient just in between work, family life, all that stuff. It's convenient just to do it in my car, as we're finishing up, other tasks throughout the day. So here we are. Recently, over the past few days, we've had a lot happen. So in our previous video, we talked about Nickmercs and his exit from 100 Thieves. We've gotten a little bit more info on that. Apparently, when Nadeshot and Nickmercs were first working together, when 100 Thieves was in, its early stages, Nadeshot had the intention, and I'm sure based off what I've seen from Nadeshot throughout his career and the way he conducts his business, is he offered Nickmercs 5% of 100 Thieves, right? And if I'm given my perception, my idea on what happened, 100 Thieves took off, right? Nickmercs mainly focused on content, building his own brand, which he's done very successfully. Nadeshot basically focused just on the business, and they were friends. So it's like, dude, I'll give you 5%. Let's build this up. It's a great time. It's fun. But then investors, Drake, all these other people start to come in, and you realize how important each and every percent of that company is. And even though you fully intended to, give that 5% to Nickmercs, obviously it didn't fall through. I'm sure Nade, I don't know if I can say I'm sure, because I don't think anybody's ever really sure of what happens in confidential conversations and whatnot. Nobody really ever knows anybody, but, the way I see things, I'm sure he intended to. I'm sure it came to a point to where, based off, how much percent he sold to Drake, how much percent he sold to anybody else with shares in the company who were investors who wanted to drop money, that 5% just wasn't available to give anymore. That would be my guess. I'm guessing maybe he tried to offer him something else, but, when, Keemstar made a tweet that was like, kind of breaking the story that he heard that Nadeshot offered or wanted to originally offer Nickmercs 5%, and then it never ended up coming true. And Nickmercs actually responded with like, "It is what it is," or the truth. Yeah, like that's confirmed. So, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate to see things like that happen. I guess all I would say for people getting into the esports industry is, I mentioned this when I was talking about Banks and Tfue, is there's a fine line between friendship and business in this realm. And even if you're the person on the side of offering the percentages, do yourself a favor and get it in writing. Even though it's like, it's not a benefit to you, it's a benefit to the other person. Like, hey, I want to give you 5%. Get it in writing. Because, if your company takes off and you start selling, percentages of it, and all of a sudden you realize it's hard to make decisions with a 5% that is like kind of yours, but you've kind of promised to somebody else, it just gets very complicated. If you are going to make a decision like that, get it in writing, so that way you don't have any conflict of interest on like what you can do with it, what you can't do with it. It's if you're giving away that 5%, it's not yours anymore. So like I said, I don't think, in my perception, I don't think Nadeshot had any intention on doing this. It seems like 100 Thieves is a very well-ran organization, in my opinion. So it is unfortunate. But if you're on Nickmercs' side of things, also get it in writing. Friendship is great. Friendships happen. They seem great. You really trust people. But at the end of the day, the second you decide to not get stuff in writing is the second that friendships can get complicated. If it's in writing, it doesn't matter. You're still friends. It's in writing. So, it's just legally you have to give me this, blah, blah, blah. As soon as that conversation's done, it's back to being friends. But once you start getting into stuff not in writing, then it becomes, hit or miss. It's, just get stuff in writing, everybody. That's, legally get it in a contract, sign it, get both of you to sign it, move on, be friends. If you don't get it in writing, it's not good. So, either way, following that story, Nickmercs just got announced. He joined FaZe. Big pickup. Good partnership. I agree with the pickup from FaZe's point of view. I agree with the joining FaZe on Nick's point of view. So it's all good. It looks like the transition for him went very smooth. 100 Thieves, another story. Very smooth transition. We covered this when Ninja kind of accidentally released it, or revealed it, or whatever you want to call it. Officially, CourageJD joined 100 Thieves. And Nadeshot just launched a Cash App house. A Cash App house? I want a Cash App house. And Cash App, if you want to give me a house. Actually, I already got a house. I need a bigger house. Like, me, the wife, and the kid, it's kind of getting packed because it's not a very big house. It's like, has 2 floors, but the entire first floor top floor is upstairs. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. But either way, Cash App, if you want to give me a bigger house, I'm all good. And so they announced that Nadeshot and Jack are doing a show. They have the house is a content house, so they actually have a show they're releasing. Basically, they're going to talk about the same type of stuff I do, like this, but more entertaining, because they got like the whole setup and everything. I think I'm gonna get a setup. I feel like that's what I got to do. So that all happened. I think that's basically the gist of people joining, leaving teams. Tfue came back, pretty successful, back to streaming, but no news on the lawyers and allegations, any of that. No more news on it that I'm aware of. Call of Duty Modern Warfare just got announced. They had a small little campaign trailer. The graphics look great. The biggest news and potentially most exciting news, and I hope this is the future of where gaming is heading, is they announced that there will be no season pass, and PS4, Xbox, PC, all crossplay. No more of the console wars nonsense. No more of me having to own 2 different consoles to play with different groups of friends. None of it. None of it. Crossplay. We'll see what that means for competitive. You know what I mean? We'll see what that means for competitive. I like the idea of everybody playing on PCs, but using, I don't know. Because PCs always have an advantage over controllers, but PCs run games better. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, mouse and keyboard always prevail over a controller, just because your hands are limited with a controller. Anyways, that seems to be a quick video. I'm going to drop one tomorrow about all the stuff that's been happening in Hype, because it's been a lot. We've been making a lot of moves. That's why over the past 3 days I haven't released a video, because the amount of stuff that Hype is moving into right now is nuts. It's every day. Every day, people with calls, opportunities, good opportunities for Hype every single day. Calls to get these opportunities taken care of every single day. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like. If you didn't like it, be sure to leave a comment. Let me know what you would like to see from these videos. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. If you are a current subscriber, tell all of your friends to subscribe. And let's get me to 100,000 subscribers. What's a reasonable, by 100,000? By tomorrow. You know what I mean? By tomorrow. Let's see if we can get me 100,000 subscribers by tomorrow. Tag Mr. Beast. Tell him to send me some subscribers. I don't even need any money. Just subs. Or PewDiePie. Whoever can just say, go subscribe to me and give me 100,000, just give me a play button. We've been grinding on YouTube for about 7 years. I've released over almost 800 videos. Right? 800. That's nuts. So I've been grinding a bit. I've been very inconsistent with the type of content I produce. And that's overall my fault. But at the end of the day, I've mostly just been doing this because I enjoy it. So, That's why my consistency has been pretty garbage. But I've always been me, and I've always enjoyed talking about things in this culture. So I think maybe we found what the future of the content of the channel is going to be. Vlogs are going to start happening in terms of, you know, family life and stuff. So keep an eye out. And as always, I'll see you guys next video. Okay, bye.